Are they mad? Ayy. Are they mad? Ayy. Cancer. Ooh. She got slippery fingers. Somebody lost their grasp. Is that why they're mad? They lost their magician grip on your ass. Ooh, I cursed. Oh, that's another thing. I gotta hold myself accountable, so I'm gonna just say it right now. I'm not trying to curse anymore. I'm trying to grow up. And force my vocabulary to come out. Okay, so I'm not allowed to curse anymore. Cancer, let's find out why they're mad. Yo, silence. Come on, man. Really? Cancer, why are they mad? Oh, no. What? Okay, so they're mad the fake pregnancy tricks aren't working. Why does this always come out in your reading, yo? It reminds me of the reading that I did for someone, Taurus, actually. And yeah, you exalt Taurus. But in Taurus's reading, where was I going with that? It reminds me of Taurus's reading for some reason. It might come back to me. Was it Taurus's reading? Maybe it was Aries, actually. No, it was Taurus. The reason why is because I was getting the one card that somebody was mad that you watch, listen, or read tarot. And then it brings me to Aries reading, because in Aries reading, somebody was obviously trying to finesse the finesser, but what they were doing was trying to either, I feel like they were using tarot because you guys obviously watch it, you're watching me. And you guys ain't loyal. So I know you guys watch everyone else. And I feel like somebody was trying to use tarot or trying to project or trying to project like a family or relationship or new love coming in. And it certainly wasn't me, because that's the last thing I will ever post. You know, if I see it, I'm gonna tell you, but that's not something that I base my tarot career on, right? And I'm definitely getting a vibe where you got someone here who is mad that that's not eliciting you to stay in like a world card reverse type of energy. You know, like I said, I don't know why whenever I do your reading, Cancer, that card or something along the lines of pregnancy or something like that comes out for you. And so I'm definitely just getting a vibe, and it reminds me of Gemini as well with the magician, and you like being short on words, silence. Like it's like people cannot project upon you because you're not opening up your portals, you're not receptive to it anymore. And I'm just definitely getting a vibe where there may be people or places or things that are trying to project this Cancerian energy upon you. And it's just not working here because you don't want to live check to check, okay? These could be other energies who do live check to check because those pregnancy tricks worked on them. You know, the fake love got them some real financial issues, got them a real baby. I don't know. Are y'all about to go see that Saw movie? I cannot wait to see it tomorrow. And I only mentioned the Saw movie because just in the trailer alone, something about trailers. I don't know if these people are trailers or trailer park. I don't know. No shade or judgment, because, you know, anything can happen to any one of us. But it reminds me of the trailer when he was just like, you guys pretended to heal me, but what you're about to deal with is very real. Yeah, it reminds me of something like that. Like these people who, they fell for the fake love and they got a real pregnancy or some real financial issues because of that. And I just feel like, and I also felt the need to mention that I have progressed, you know, into a Cancer in the 9th, 10th house cusp. It just depends on what system we're using in astrology. If we're using Placidus, it's in the 9th house. If we're using the whole sign, it's in the 10th house. But I say all that to say, this is why they're mad here, because it's just like you guys have a higher understanding or you want more for yourself, you know, depending on where your Cancer house energy is placed. For me, if it's in the 9th house, like I want something more. I don't want to be that, you know, just a regular baby mama, baby daddy, or just a woman that has kids. And I just want more for myself. And if it's in the 10th house, depending on if it's the whole sign system, I'm going to go ahead and nurture my career. I'm going to nurture, you know, what it is that I'm doing or what it is that that makes me happy. I'm not trying to nurture, you know, struggle love. I'm not trying to create, situations out of that struggle love, you know, babies, the fake love. This is one of those energies where someone is mad that you're not falling for what they fell for. And this is just the vibe here. And I'm already knowing y'all don't watch me. I don't know, you Cancer's energy, y'all don't like to watch me, which is weird. Because I have my Venus natally in Cancer. And where do I have that? I don't even remember. I think it's in the 9th or the 10th house. And it's funny because it now progressed into my ego. But anyway, I just think that's weird. But I guess because I have my Cancer energy in the 9th or 10th house, it's just not in the same... I guess it's just not where where it would resonate for most Cancers. But it's... for those of you who, you know, are holding in there, holding strong in your values and your standards high, you got energies here who are mad at you. They feel some type of way. Reminds me when I was leaving my apartment the other day, bars. Yeah, you showed up. It reminds me when I was leaving my apartment the other day, there's this, I talk about her all the time. I just don't like her. I don't like anyone, but she just had another baby, you know, and, you know, the dude don't be around or nothing like that. And it's just like, it was a really weird moment because she like locked eyes with me as she was like bending down to pick up the baby stroller to put it in the car. It was a really weird moment. Like, why are your eyes locked on mine? Like, why are they fixated? Like, she obviously had something on her mind in regards to me or something. Like, why is your focus on me right now? Like, what's going on? Like, you know, I don't know. It's like you got energies here who are mad that you showed up because you didn't fall for whatever these tricks are, you know. And it's not that I don't want children. It's not that I don't want to be married. That's not, if you guys think that, you have completely misunderstood me and that's why they're mad. And they may have misunderstood you. It's just you have a higher standard. Like, you have a higher standard. You need things to be put in place. Like, you need it to make sense. Like, you need it to be economically and financially feasible. You need it to be, you know, in alignment with your career, or it needs to be, you know, the timing got to be right, and it has to be the right person. Like, you're not about to just allow passion or, you know, just a good time or someone that you think you love, or you have energies here who are just mad that when you show up, you just, I guess, are a reflection of like their poor mistakes or their poor decisions here. And I repeat, I am not against sex. I am not against love. And I am certainly not against having children. It's just, I am against the environment in which that occurs in, and who with, and why, and when. I very strategic, I suppose, in that way, but you just have energies here who are mad that when you show up, I guess it's something about you triggers them, because you're just walking around, you know, some of you, if you're still able to walk around, you know, childless, or if you're not, if you have children and you got these situations together in your mind, and, you know, you have energies who are mad that when you show up with, you know, your man, you know, your solid foundation, your solid family unit, your loyal your relationship, your marriage, whatever, long-term commitment, do you, boo-boo? There's something about it that really triggers these people. You have energies here who are mad that you don't want no new friends. Some of which are mad you don't have any friends, or they're mad that you won't nurture. It's like, however this energy plays out for you, whether you're a mother, whether you have friends, whether you have enemies, your energy nurtures, it gives life to things. So it doesn't even have to be a person. It doesn't even have to be a place or a thing. It could be an energy. You're not mothering it. You're not birthing new energies of this or that. You're not catering to or nurturing energies that are not in alignment with you. It's you're just letting things die. You are the mother. You get what I'm saying? So whether this is just an energy that you're not nurturing and giving rebirth to, like if it's hatred, you're not giving birth to more of it, or you're not feeding that. Feeding food. If it's, you know, if it's low vibrational, you know, masculinity, low vibrational femininity, you're not nurturing or feeding it. And that's why they're mad. You know, everyone has a struggle. If you are struggling living check to check, you're not, it's like, it's just you though. Like, you're not going to bring a child into the situation so y'all both are struggling. Or this is an energy where, you know, I don't know, it's just the way, like I was getting with Gemini, it's very selective, and it's very selective with your words. And so that talks about mentally, you're very selective with who you talk to and who you're around and who you feed, what you feed. This could even be thoughts in your mind here. You're not feeding them. If it's just not, you're not giving birth or life to it here. Cancer energy, your own energy, you're not giving birth to a child if, you know, the man ain't right, the woman ain't right, your living situation ain't right, your finances ain't right. You know, that's just what it is. And this is definitely going to be very triggering. And that's why you don't want no friends here, or you don't want no new friends, because it's like you either don't resonate with them, or they're already in, you know, they kind of made their bed and they're laying in it here. Yeah, you're stepping on necks and won't let up. I was trying to be like, you know, respectable. It's not even about respect. I'm trying to be, I know what I'm saying is triggering, but I'm trying to, you know, still be compassionate. And that's why they're mad. It also reminds me of the Taurus reading again, because Taurus's reading had the Hierophant card come out, and the Hierophant card usually is a teacher there. And then you have two little students at the bottom, and they're not little, but you have two students looking up to the teacher. And I was saying in Taurus's reading, and you exalt Taurus, you know, you got people here who they don't want to listen. They don't want to hear what you have to say, and they want to keep doing what they're doing, even though it has been proven over and over it's not going to work. And for some reason, people think that they're different, and they are in some way, but what your technique, your method, your mathematical formula, you know, it's, you know, the chemistry that you have with these people, it's the same energy, it's the same type of whatever, it's not going to work. You know, how you're going about it is just not going to work. These fake pregnancy tricks aren't working. It's just, you're not falling for someone saying that they love you and they not proving it, you know, over a long time, a long period of time. Your opposite is Capricorn. That's Saturn right there. They're going to have to prove that for years. It's like a Saturnian cycle. You're not about to just let 1 year go by and be like, I'm ready to start a family. I know I'm good love. Like, you know, you're not going to allow a moment of passion, you know, lust. I mean, that's nothing. I guess that's nature. That's nothing to turn on. That's nothing to get tingly down there. Like, anybody can get it wet. Anybody can get it hard for whomever. It doesn't matter. I see men all the time with women that I don't think are attractive, but clearly they're getting aroused for. I see men that I don't find attractive, and clearly women are getting aroused for. And so it's just that, to me, they can be strangers and you will get aroused. It's a natural, I suppose it's a natural reaction in the body. And so you have people here who are going based off of that, thinking that, you know, that means that they got aroused, or they're sexually attracted to me, that they want me or they love me and this is for real. And like, that's not like, that's that fake pregnancy trick stuff. Like, you're not falling for that, man. And I feel like maybe, I'm sure you have fallen for it before. You got to bring more than, you know, I think you're sexually attractive. You got to bring more than, hey, beautiful. You know, you got to bring more than, you know, being consistent for 1 year. You got to bring more than playing house. You got to bring more. You just got to give more. You got to bring more, and on a consistent Saturnian time frame. That's a long ass time. And that's also through trials and tribulations and limitations and restrictions. The society ain't doing that. And, you know, me personally, coming from Venus in Cancer to now my sun is in Cancer, I had to learn a lot about that Venus and Cancer stuff. YouTube, I didn't mean to say that. I didn't mean to say that. I had to learn a lot with that Venus in Cancer. I had to learn a lot. And that's essentially why they're mad. You're stepping on necks and you ain't letting up. You showed up. You showed up, and now you're stepping on necks and won't let up. And, you know, they're definitely mad because it's like you have something to teach. You have something that people can learn from. I mean, we all look to mothers to teach us the ways of life. So it's just very interesting that whether you're a mother or not, You still have that instinctual motherhood or nature in you. And yet you have people who don't want to listen to you, man. Like, you know, it's like me personally, I've always been the type of person that I rather listen to single people about a relationship than to listen to people in relationships about relationships. Why? Because the single people are on the outside and they can see in, whereas other people in relationships giving relationship advice, their mind is fixated and it's limited and it's in a box. There's nothing that you can teach me that, you know, I can respect, because you're more than likely dealing with something and then you're telling me to deal with it as well. And then I'm not about to be around, I don't want to be around group thinkers. I want somebody from the outside who's single. I will take relationship advice from someone who is single before I take relationship advice from someone who's in a relationship. And that's not how people think. You know, I rather take advice from a woman that does not have children as opposed to a woman that does have children, because the woman that has children, all she's going to advise me and tell me is like sweet things. She's not going to tell me the real. But the person on the outside with no children can see what's going on with the woman with children. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know about this. That don't look, you know, I don't, yeah, you know, like, that's the energy here. Yeah. And it's like, you got people here who they only want to listen to people who are like them. And that limits you. There's no way you can learn or expand your mind. And you just got energies. Yeah, they're mad that you don't want to be a psychologist here. Like, you just, you know, it's like they want to come to you and cry when they mess up, but they don't want to come to you before they mess up. You know, that's mothers for you. Like, mothers be trying to teach. I can tell you that. I didn't listen to my mama. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm not a good example, because I did listen to her strict religious self. But you just look at people's mothers, you know, they don't listen to their advice, but they expect the mother to be there when all, you know, fails. You don't want to be these people's psychologists because you tried to tell them before they were in that situation. It reminds me of this meme on TikTok. And it was basically of this, it's your ancestors, right? So it's like you're crying, right? Imagine the video of a TikTok or whatever. You're crying because somebody broke your heart. Oh. And then on the other side, your ancestors looking at you like, but we told you not to mess with them. We told you not to mess with her. And now you sitting here, and you want your ancestors to do something about it. They tried to tell you not to deal with this. They tried to tell you not to deal with that. That's most people in the world. They don't want to. They want the mothery nurturement, you know, when things go wrong, or when they want you to nurture them back to health, or, you know, kiss their wounds and this and that. But they don't want to respect you when you're trying to protect them from the wounding. It's like little kids, King of Swords. It's like little kids, you know, they're trying to learn how to walk. And you got the real independent ones, right? And they be like, don't touch me. They start crying like, don't touch me. I want to learn how to walk. I want to walk. I've seen my nieces and nephews do it all the time. And they don't want you to touch them, hold them. They want to walk. They want to run. They want to do what they want to do. They don't want you to hold them, right? Or hold their nothing. But when they bump and fall, when they fall, trip, they get scraped up, now they're crying, and you're the main person that they want you to pick them up and nurture them, but they didn't want to listen to you, or they didn't want you to help them guide. They didn't want none of that. That's how people are in the world, man. I remember when I was learning how to ride a bike. My brother, you know, I was adopted, so the family I was adopted into, but I was like 2 when I got adopted, so they're my family, right? Learning how to ride a bike, and I didn't want to listen to him. He was holding on to me. They took my little training wheels off, and I was, get off of me, I got this. I will never forget it, because I have a bruise on my knee because of it. It won't go away. I got this. Yo, boot fell, scraped my whole knee cap. Okay, just peeled it all the way back. I will never forget it, and I can't, because I still have the scar. But I was so adamant on not having guidance. I was so adamant on not listening. I was so adamant on it, and I got myself hurt, and it could have been avoided. Had I just let him hold me a little bit, make sure I had some balance. Maybe if I just, you know, maybe practice on the training wheels just a little bit more. Nope, I just wanted to go, you know. And then temperance reverse, like that's these people. That's just these people. And you got energies here who are now mad that you're not in that energy no more because they didn't want to respect you, Taurus energy. They didn't want to respect the lesson. They didn't want to hear the lesson. And now you don't want to hear their pain. They didn't want to respect the lesson, and now you don't respect nor do you want to hear their pain, and that's why they're mad, Cancer. That's why they're mad. So now they got to sit in that and figure it out on their own, just like they wanted to figure it out. Just like you be trying to tell them, don't set up the D appointment. Nope, they don't want you in your business. They don't want you in, Taurus reverse. They don't want you in their business. They want to keep all that shit, all that stuff private. They don't want you to know about what they're doing in the dark. Knight of Cups reverse, Moon, Ace of Wands, Taurus, Hierophant energy reverse, Magician. They don't want you to know what they're doing in the dark. Four of Cups. And when they don't get the Wheel of Fortune, the Star card, the Death energy, they don't get their outcome. Now they want to come to you. Yeah, all these are good cards. And it's like you tried to teach them this, and that takes time. They didn't want to do that. They didn't want to do any of that, and they would have won Wheel of Fortune energy if they just took heed. All of these cards are coming out upright. And then here we got the Eight of Wands reverse, which is the Hierophant to me, because what's in the Hierophant? Taurus is the teacher. Sagittarius are the students. And you only see students in the Hierophant card. These are the students. That's Sagittarius energy. This is Taurus. So for me to see the Eight of Wands lets me know that these are students that they didn't want a teacher. They didn't want a teacher. They didn't want to ninth house Sagittarius energy. They didn't want to get a higher consciousness or a different perspective. They didn't want to learn. They didn't want to see the truth. They didn't want their illusions pop. They didn't want to see a different perspective. And so now this is just what it is. Like they didn't want you in their business, but then when somebody hurts them, they want to tell you everything that person did to them to hurt them, but they didn't want to tell. No, this is that right there. That's done and it's dead. And that's why they're mad. So it's giving, Gemini energy, you're being very selective. And I know I'm talking a lot even in this, and I know nobody's going to watch it. So that it's just my point. This is just proving my point. I'm already knowing I'm going to post this. I'm already knowing nobody's going to watch it, but that is the point. That is the absolute point, and that is the energy. And that's essentially why people be mad, because they don't want to take heed to Taurus energy. They don't want to put in the hard work. They don't want to change their mind, how they think. They don't want to get around Aquarius energy, people who think differently, people who are unconventional. They just don't. They rather hate on them, rather try to silence them, rather try to abuse them, rather try to neglect them, betray them. They rather do all of these things instead of just sitting down and learning something that they are not privy to. Regardless, that's just the energy here. Or if they are forced, or if they do sit and listen to it, they're not listening to understand. They're listening to respond back, or to rebuttal, or to chop and screw, selective hearing. That's what they do here. If you watch a Taurus reading, I was getting chopping and screwing, or they try to find some type of deflection or distraction so that they don't really hear it. This is just the vibe, and that's why they're mad, because when you show up, you step on next, because what you're saying is true, and they don't believe it until they get hurt. You know how many women do not like me because I'm telling them to save themselves until they're married? Wait until wait to have children. Do not be, sexual. Don't even be like, sexually suggestive. Don't do the house thing, playing the house thing. Like, you know how many women do not like me? You know why my channel isn't thriving like everyone else's? It's because of that. Women are, the last time I checked, I don't check anymore, literally made a few hate videos about me because I was talking about, I don't want women to do their thing. What thing? You got 6 kids in the background crying. You're out of shape. Look at your hair. You look disgusting. Your breath looks like it stinks. You look like you're struggling. You may be on EBT and in Section 8. And you're going to sit here and try to attack me because I'm telling you to do better? and to want better. And you think I think I'm better? No, not at all. I've been there. I'm glad I didn't come out with scratches like that. I didn't come out with babies. But I've gone through some other things. You got people here who do not like me when all I want for them is to do better and to be better. And then you got men attacking me because they have mommy issues, daddy issues, and they want to attack me because I guess, I don't know. I don't have a response to that. And the crazy thing is, I'm not the only one who pushes this type of energy or pushes this type of message, but for some reason, those other people, they get praised and they get their rightfully respected crowns and things like that. But for some reason, for me, I already know why I have Aquarius placement in my 4th house. Saturn is in Aquarius in the 4th and 5th house. And then I have Lilith in Aries in the 7th house. So I know why, but it's still, it's still beyond me. I know why, but it still is beyond me. But that's just, my karma in this lifetime. And that's essentially why they're mad, Cancer. You showing up and you're stepping on necks and won't let up here. But it's really just people who do not want to do better, or, they rather deflect and project, and you're not having none of that. And that's why they're mad.